collectors! I am back from Japan and Singapore, so I guess if you didn't know that, you should be following me on Twitter, and that's usually where I post things when I don't have time to make videos, which I was hoping to be able to make videos while I was away, but my computer wasn't powerful enough to edit. But on that, I am back and I've got a awesome vlog to talk about on this and my quest for Sakura merch. First of all, One Fairs was good. Not as good as last year, unfortunately. I did, however, take the time to get this year's Wonder-chan, so that's actually based off the artwork for this One Fairs. I picked up 2017's Wonder-chan as well to make up for the fact that I didn't have the one from last year. So now I've got her and the other one to commemorate the events that I've been to. I also got a couple of garage kits, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to possibly stream on Twitch or maybe here, whichever people would prefer, making these two and another one that I picked up. Let me know if that's something that you'd actually be interested in, or if I should just record and then maybe put them up as time lapses afterwards. I don't know. It might be fun to go and stream it, because then I can talk with you all while I'm painting and making an absolute fool of myself, because I'm not very good at this, but you know, good fun. I don't know if I've talked too much about Wonder Festival as far as actually attending, but pretty much you pay 2,500 yen for this, which is a book containing a lot of advertisements, and at the front is a map. So that's the manufacturer's area, and that's only the start. This side is all the garage kit circles that exhibit there as well. So as you can imagine, going and trying to locate all of the circles that you want to attend, this here is really far away from here. Each table was the size of your normal convention table, and there's a heap. There's so many, and a lot of people will go and buy out kits to resell them on Yahoo Japan auctions, which is why you see a lot of them up on there the day of the event. So it's really hard to get kits. I had a few friends ask me to get them kits, and I had to turn most of them down because I needed to be able to get my own. I picked up a couple for a friend, Monto, who has a Facebook page called Plum Workshop. If you are interested in garage kits, she is a great painter and you should definitely follow her stuff. So I picked up a few kits for her and then for myself, because I wanted to have some more, and I knew that they were selling Mercedes and I wanted to get that. Anyway, you go and buy this, you line up early in the morning, and for winter it's freezing cold. It was, I think it felt like -4 degrees Celsius while lining up, and I was lining up for about, I think it was 2-3 hours before I got inside. So very cold. If you have those heat packs, always bring those heat packs. I forgot. And as soon as you get in, you can say whether you want to go to the garage kit area or the manufacturer's area, and then you split the lines up, and that's how you get inside. There's a lot of shoving. It's very subtle shoving at the start there when lining up, but it happens. It's a lot worse than what it was last year, which was a bit of a shame. I was quite disappointed by it. Getting in, I ended up going straight to the garage kit area, and I sent my lovely fiance to purchase this for me because it was limited to the event. And I rushed for all of the kits that I was hoping to get. I ended up only being able to pick up 5 total, because everything else sold out really quickly, including some kits that a few sculptors that were selling them actually didn't want to be resold, and then there were a whole heap of them that ended up on the aftermarket being resold anyway. So that was a bit sucky. And anyway, going and doing that, I spent about an hour in the garage kit area. I took only a couple of photos because I was busy rushing trying to get the kits themselves. And then I went over to the manufacturer's area and spent the rest of my day there pretty much, taking photos of everything, lining up. Native's line was about 2 hours long. So anyone that wants those lewd figure photos, yeah, you have to line up for quite a while for them. Last year I lined up for SkyTube and Native, and I think I spent about 4 hours of my day in lines because of that. This year I didn't go and line up for SkyTube because after doing the 2 hour lineup and all of the shoving inside Native's booth, it was very hot and stuffy. It was not fun in there at all, even though everything was really pretty. It was a lot smaller than last year as well. So the entire event seemed a lot smaller from the manufacturer's perspective. Native's booth was a lot smaller. SkyTube's booth was smaller. Good Smile and Co just seemed to take up more and more space every year. Eventually it will just be, yeah, Good Smile Festival instead of Wonder Festival. It's not really the kind of event that you go to just to shop. You can, so you can spend a lot of the day in the garage kit area, and that has some retail places as well, but I don't think it's really the place to go and buy figures unless you're after garage kits or a couple of really exclusive ones that are just being sold at the event. So if you want those, then yeah, you should probably go there, but otherwise get it online. It is a fun event. I do enjoy going, and I enjoy taking photos, and I enjoy showing photos from the events themselves. It's, yeah, a really good time. And for 2,500 yen, it's not too expensive compared to a lot of conventions elsewhere. There are some really expensive conventions elsewhere. As far as exciting things, I will talk about those in a separate video where I go and talk about my highlights from the event, even though it's been almost a month. I know I'm very late. The purpose of my trip was just for Wonder Festival, but of course, opportunity to go and holiday in Japan, I'm going to take that. So I ended up going and doing a whole lot of shopping, going to Mandarake, to Surugaya, Amiami, all of those cool things, all of those really cool shops that you would probably buy from online as well. And I picked up a whole heap of really cool stuff, like the Persona 5 500-page art book. There's the Madogatari visual book, which has a lot of really cool bits and pieces. And then, of course, because Amakuni went and announced that they were going to be making the Harem Gold versions of the Two Lavru Girls, I went and picked up the hardcover art book as well. I found that there were a lot of Sakura things going on while I was in Tokyo. So I spent 2.5 weeks in Tokyo, and because there were things going on like the Tower Records Card Captor Cafe, I thought I would go and enjoy the food, which the food was adorable, and also the freebies that it came with. So it came with coasters for each food item that you got, and then little clear cards, bookmark type things for each food item you got. And yeah, these are the food photos. Everything was very cute and themed, and everything that had a face on it was horrifying to eat. But it was all quite good. They also had an Ichiban Kuji going on while I was there, which was great. I got a B prize, which is a mirror, which honestly I'm probably never going to use, but it's cute. I also picked up one of the G prizes, I think it was, so I got Yue and a hand towel. So that was really cool. But of all the prizes that I got, my favourite one has to be the little Clow Staff charm. There's also one for the Dream Staff and the Sakura wand as well, which I was hoping to get, but I didn't. So instead I went and bought these two. And these are just miniature versions. I think they're about 15 centimeters long. And they're really pretty, they're really high quality, they're quite weighty. And I hope that they do one to the current one from the clear card arc as well. Hopefully. Along with all the figures that I picked up, because there were quite a few, more than normal actually, I went and got some little cases and things as well, because a lot of these things are quite expensive to ship, but they're really cheap in Kotobukiya. So I went and got a couple of these ones which don't actually fit many Nendoroids, but I thought they would. So that's these. They have a little way to open there. So I got a couple of those. For maybe I'm gonna keep them on my desk at work. And then there are also these, which are like the Aoba case that I have for Natives Aoba. So I got a couple of sizes of these, and this was 1700 yen, and it's nice and flat packed, so it's really easy to get into my luggage. And they're really easy to set up, really easy to change things over, so they're actually really good. So if you can get a hold of these when you are in Japan, if you go to Japan, definitely do it. It makes displaying things so much easier. The last collaboration thing that I picked up while I was in Tokyo was actually from Persona. So what shop was it? Kinokuniya in Shinjuku was doing a collaboration, and that was the Persona 5 graph art ones. And so I picked up the phone case, which is really nice quality. It, yeah, sets up really nicely. And also I got a pass case, which I don't have here with me at the moment. I got that of Futaba. One thing about Japan are that there are collaborations everywhere. So you can go into bookstores, you can go into your convenience stores, so like your Family Mart, Lawson's, 7-Eleven, and there'll be random collaboration items. So for example, this adorable pom pom pudding mug came with a fruit jelly. Like the fruit jelly was just inside and it came with the mug, so of course I got it. It's a really nice mug. And then there was also another, I think it was a pudding or a yogurt or something. It came with a little coin pouch, a Rirakuma coin pouch. So I'm not surprised that there are so many random bits and pieces that you can buy just on stores that are really cheap, because these things just keep coming and going. And I mean, there's also the card captor stuff that I very keenly went out of my way to go and get. So there are so many places that do collaboration cafes as well. So this is one of many. There's the Good Smile Animate Cafe. There is the Animate store that do cafes regularly. They're just everywhere, and I love food, so when there's food collaboration cafes, I am always very keen to try and go. Now if only I could be there when there's a Danganronpa cafe, because every time I miss out, and the one time I didn't miss out, I didn't book, so I missed out. I also spent a lot of time in the arcades. This time I play a bit of Taikon no Tatsujin. I really enjoy playing Taikon no Tatsujin. And really that's all I've got to talk about from there. So I'll just show you some cool shots from Wonder Festival, and probably some video of me looking like an absolute idiot trying to play Taikon no Tatsujin. and I spent a week in Singapore. It was my first trip there. I went there for work, and I thought I would spend a couple of days going and hanging out with some friends, and that was some really good fun. I really enjoyed that. But of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't go and spend some time buying things. I went to a shop called Ink. It's a shop that does some premium art collectibles. So if I go and get this other poster, I've got one back there. They were kind enough to give me a couple of their promotional art, because of course they sell some really cool stuff. So if you do go to Singapore, definitely go by their place. They went and gave me the Art Germ Kiki print, which is going to get framed absolutely and put somewhere cool. And then a very kind friend of mine also went and did a really cool watercolor and gave me the original. So I'm going to have to find somewhere really cool to put this because I love it. So thank you. And then of course they went and spoiled me with other stuff, so I have to stand up to show this one. As you know, I'm a fan of Love Live, but I don't really buy much in the way of art prints for things. So the fact that she was kind enough to give me this as well is awesome. I have no idea at all whatsoever where it's going to go, but I'll work something out. Another thing I guess that I should probably bring up, I've gone and bought a 3D printer. It's really cool, but I'm absolutely hopeless with this stuff, so I am going to be wasting a whole lot of filament trying to get it to work. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to print some really cool stuff, and maybe if I get lucky I can print some garage kit type things as well, and maybe make a figure of myself, like a chibi or something. That'd be really fun. But hopefully I'll be able to show some cool prints as well as time goes on. So that's really all. Sorry. I will see you again next time. Bye!